Most of us are addicted to quick fixes. This will transform your business overnight. Keep that in the back of your mind. The morning routine will change your life in 30 days. The one mindset shift that will solve your problems. You buy the course, you read the book, you follow the guru, you implement the strategy, and for a moment, it feels like it's working. You feel motivated. You feel hopeful even. You feel like this is finally the answer. But then a few weeks later, you're right back where you started. Nothing has actually changed. You're still stuck, still struggling, still searching for the next quick fix. And you think the problem is that you haven't found the right solution yet, that you just need to keep looking, keep trying, keep searching. But listen, the problem isn't that you haven't found the right quick fix. The problem is that you're looking for quick fixes at all. Because quick fixes don't work. They never have and they never will. Real transformation, it's slow. It's uncomfortable. It requires you to go deep, to face what you've been avoiding, to do the work that nobody wants to do. And that's exactly why most people never transform, because they're too busy chasing quick fixes. Today, I'm going to show you why quick fixes are keeping you stuck. I'm going to show you what real transformation actually requires, and I'm going to give you actionable steps to stop chasing shortcuts and start doing the deep work that actually creates lasting changes. Because, listen, there are no shortcuts in life in general to anywhere that is worth going. So let's look at it together. Start with the truth. You're addicted to quick fixes, and it's not because you're lazy, it's because you're human. One, your brain loves instant gratification. Your brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain, and quick fixes promise pleasure without pain. Just do these 5 steps and everything will, though, change. Just shift your mindset and success will follow. Just follow this framework and you will have the business of your dreams. Sounds easy? It sounds fast? It sounds painless? And your brain says, yes, that's exactly what I want. So you buy it. You try it, and for a moment you feel great, even amazing. You feel like you're doing something, like you're making progress, but you're not. You're just getting a dopamine hit from the idea of change, not from the actual change. 2, you're afraid of the real work. Real transformation is uncomfortable. It's messy, it's slow, it requires you to face your past, look at your wounds, question your beliefs, sit with discomfort. Fail repeatedly, be patient, and that's terrifying, so you avoid it. You look for the shortcut, the hack, the quick fix. Because it's there an easy way. Why would you choose the hard one? But there is a hack to this. There is no easier way. The quick fix is an illusion. It's a way to avoid the real work while feeling like you're doing something. We have to change the pattern of the mind for lasting solutions. I know, it's tough. 3, you've been sold a lie. The self-help industry, the business coaching industry, the personal development industry, they are all sold you the same lie. Transformation is easy. You just need the right framework, the right strategy, the right mindset shift, and they package it beautifully. They make it sound so simple, so achievable, so fast, and you believe it because you want to believe it. But there's always a but. Anyone selling you a quick fix is either lying to you or lying to themselves. Real transformation doesn't come from a 5-step framework. It comes from years of deep work, of facing yourself, of unlearning and relearning and failing and trying again. And that doesn't sell, does it? So they don't tell you that part, but you can start with 1 step and commit. So why don't quick fixes work? Why do you keep ending up right back where you started? Because quick fixes addresses the symptom, not the root cause. So let me give you an example. You're struggling with procrastination. So you buy a productivity course. It teaches you time blocking, the Pomodoro technique, how to prioritize tasks. And for a week, it works. You're productive. You're getting things done. But then slowly you start procrastinating again. And you think, I guess that method doesn't work for me. I need to find a different one. But, again, a but, procrastination isn't the problem. It's the symptom. The real problem is fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, even. Fear of being seen, fear of not being good enough. And until you address that fear, until you go back and figure out where it comes from, what it's protecting you from, what it's trying to tell you, no productivity hack will work. Because you're not dealing with the root. You're just putting a Band-Aid on a wound that needs surgery. So here's another example. Let's say you're struggling with self-worth. So you start doing affirmations. I am worthy. I'm enough. I'm valuable. And for a few days, you feel better. You feel more confident. But then something happens. Someone criticizes you. Someone overlooks you. Someone disappoints you. And all that self-worth you thought you built, it crumbles. Because it wasn't real. It was just a surface level fix. Real self-worth doesn't come from affirmation. It comes from going back to the moments when you learned you weren't worthy. Meeting that younger version of yourself, giving her what she needed, rewiring your nervous system. That's deep work. That's slow work. That's uncomfortable work. But that's the work that actually creates lasting changes. Quick fixes don't work because they skip the deep, deep work. They give you a tool without addressing why you need the tool in the first place. And that's why you keep ending up back at square one. Look at what it actually does to you. 1, you waste your valuable time. How many courses have you actually bought? How many books have you read? How many frameworks have you tried? Podcasters. And how many of them actually created the change you wanted? Probably none. Because you're spending all your time consuming information instead of doing the deep work that actually will transform you. 2, you waste money. Quick fixes aren't cheap. The courses might be $2,000. The coaching program maybe was $10,000. I don't know. The retreat was $5,000. And what did you get? A temporary high, a few good ideas, maybe some new connections. Absolutely worth it on some levels. No judgment from me. But did you transform? Did anything fundamentally change? Or are you still the same person with the same patterns, just with less money in your bank account? 3, you lose trust in yourself. Every time you try a quick fix and it doesn't work, you lose a little bit of trust in yourself again and again. Why can't I make this work? Why does it work for everybody else, but not me? What's wrong with me? And slowly you start to believe that you're the problem, that you're broken, that transformation isn't possible for you. But that's bull. You're not the problem. The quick fix is the problem. So 4, you stay stuck. While you're chasing quick fixes, you're not doing the real work. You're not going deep. You're not facing what needs to be faced. So you stay stuck, stagnated in the same patterns, the same triggers, the same wounds. And years go by and you look back and realize nothing has actually changed. You've consumed so much information, you tried so many things, but you're still in the exact same place because you've been avoiding the one thing that would actually transform you, going deep. So if quick fixes don't work, what does actually? Well, real transformation. And real transformation requires something most people are not willing to give: time, discomfort, and commitment. So let's pick it apart. Real transformation requires time. Real transformation takes years. Not because you're slow, but because you're undoing decades of unconditioning. You're rewiring your nervous system. You're healing old wounds. You're unlearning beliefs that you've been running your life since childhood. That doesn't happen in a week's workshop. It happens over time with consistency, with patience, with commitment to yourself. But the great part is you can start with one thing today. You're already teaching your mind the new framework, and it becomes easier with each new task. That's amazing. Real transformation requires discomfort. You have to be willing to feel what you've been avoiding, to face what you've been running from, to sit with the pain, the shame, and the fear. You have to go back to the moments that shaped you. The moments when you learned you weren't enough, when you learned you weren't safe, when you learned you had to perform to be loved. And you have to feel it, not analyze it, not use the intellect. You have to feel it. That's uncomfortable. That's shitty. That's why most people avoid it. But that's where the healing happens. Real transformation requires you to commit. You can't dabble in transformation. You can't do it when you feel like it. You can't quit when it gets hard. You have to commit to the process, to yourself, to doing the work even when you don't see results, even when it feels like nothing is changing, even when you want to give up, because transformation isn't linear. You don't do the work and immediately see results. You do the work, and you do the work, and you do the work again. And then one day you look back and realize everything has changed. And that's for all of us. Not because of one breakthrough moment, but because of thousands of small choices, thousands of moments where you were willing to choose yourself, where you did the deep work, where you didn't take the shortcut. Okay, so now you understand why you're addicted to quick fixes. You understand why they don't work. You understand what real transformation requires. Now, let's stop chasing shortcuts and start with the work. 1, stop consuming, start processing. You don't need another course. You don't need another book. You don't even need another framework. You need to process what you already know and have within you. So here's the practice if you want to start today. For the next 30 days, stop consuming new information, no new courses, no new books, no new podcast. Instead, take one thing you've already learned and actually implement it. Go deep with it, process it, make it yours. Transformation doesn't come from knowing more. It comes from integrating what you already know today. Identity one thing you learned but haven't implemented. Commit to going deep with it for 30 days. 2, identify the root cause. Stop addressing symptoms. Start addressing root causes. Here's how. Pick one pattern you keep repeating. Maybe it's procrastination, maybe it's people-pleasing, maybe it's self-sabotage. And ask, what is this really about? What am I so afraid of? What is this protecting me from? Go back. Find the moment when this pattern started. What were you learning about yourself in that moment? When you address the root cause, the symptom naturally resolves. It resolves half of the problem. Now it's practicing. But if you only address the symptom, it keeps coming back today. Journal for 15 minutes on one pattern you keep repeating. Ask, what is this really about? Step 3, commit to the long game. Stop looking for the 30-day transformation. Commit to the long path. Here's the mindset shift. Instead of asking, how can I fix this quickly? ask, what does this require of me long term? Instead of what's the fastest way, ask what's the most sustainable way. Instead of how can I avoid discomfort, ask what discomfort am I willing to sit in? Why, when you commit to the long game, you stop wasting time on quick fixes. You focus on what actually works. Wish of the grip you don't take, call me, want the birthday is everything today. Write down one area where you've been looking for a quick fix to reframe it. What does real transformation in this area require? Step 4, do one thing deeply. Stop trying to fix everything at once. Pick one thing. Go deep. Maybe it's working with your triggers, building self-worth, setting boundaries, finding your authentic voice. Just pick one and commit to doing the deep work on that one thing for the next month. No dabbling, not surface level, deep. Deep work in one area creates ripple effects in all areas, but surface level work in many areas creates no lasting changes today. Pick one area for deep work. Write it down. Commit to it for 1 month. 5, get comfortable with discomfort. Stop avoiding the hard stuff. Start leaning into it. So try this. The next time you feel uncomfortable, triggered, scared, uncertain, don't run away from it. Don't distract yourself. Don't look for a quick fix. Sit with it. Feel it. Ask, what is this trying to teach me? Discomfort is where growth happens. When you stop avoiding it, you stop needing quick fixes to escape it. Now, notice one moment of discomfort. Instead of avoiding it, sit with it for 5 minutes. Just observe. Trust the process. This is the hardest one because you won't see results immediately. You'll do the work and feel like nothing is changing, but trust the process. Trust that the deep work is working even when you can't see it yet. Transformation is happening beneath the surface long before you see it on the surface. You're rewiring your nervous system, you're healing old wounds, you're building new neural pathways. That takes time, but it's happening. When you trust the process, you stop quitting when you don't see immediate results. You keep going, and that's when the real transformation happens. So today, write this down and put it somewhere you can see it. I trust the process. Transformation is happening even when I can't see it. Remember it. So here's my challenge to you. Stop chasing quick fixes. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop trying to avoid the deep work. Pick one step from today, just one. Maybe you stop consuming and start processing. Identify the root cause of one pattern. Commit to the long game. Pick one thing to go deep with. Get comfortable with discomfort. Trust the process. Just one, and commit to it. There are no shortcuts to anywhere worth doing. Real transformation is slow, it's uncomfortable, it's deep, but it's also permanent. It's powerful beyond comprehension. It's real. And that's what you're here for. Not another quick fix, not another temporary high. Real lasting transformation. The kind that changes everything. The kind that can't be shaken. The kind that's actually yours. So stop looking outside yourself for the answers. Stop chasing the next framework, the next guru, the next quick fix. The answer is always within you. It always has been and always will be. You just have to be willing to do the work and find it. If this resonated, subscribe to this channel. I'm here to guide you through the deep work, not sell you quick fixes. Because remember, you have all the answers within you. You just need the courage to go deep enough to find them. I'll see you next week.